Thank you. Thank you kindly. Now, back in 73 and 74, oh, long before you children was born, probably. I'm an old man, you know. Yeah. Well, anyway, me and Gary Cantor used to compete for the spot down at the city market out by the pig, except there wasn't any pig there at that time. And one of the people that I met during those years was a fellow by the name of Fred Kelly, Jack Kelly. Everybody called him Cracker Jack. He was a dancing man. I don't know if you recall him or not, but he was an amazing character. I mean, when I met this guy, I was playing on the street corner, singing some song about a train, you know, probably. And there was a kind of a commotion in the crowd, and I looked up, and there in the midst of everybody was this guy in a suit and tie and a snap-brim hat, and he was dancing. He was doing like reels and jigs and clogging dancing, that high-stepping kind of energetic dance. And I was just amazed because I thought to myself, Jesus, look at that old man go. Well, I got acquainted with him. Come to find out, he was 65 years old. Now, that doesn't seem so old to me. No. But at the time, I thought, woo, how does that old... Because I could not even begin to, you know, keep up with the guy. But he would dance, and we sort of hung out together that summer. I would play, he would dance. We started us a little skiffle band back in those days. We called ourselves Wild Turkey. It was Tito Fuentes and Mark Sanders, Lou Martin, W.W. Tubb on the wash tub. They later went on to become Damp Saddles, and then after that they were the Dynamic Logs. But at the time that we were playing on the street, we would sometimes get a gig, you know, down at the Central Tavern or the Inside Passage. And this old man would come in and dance while we played. Everybody was glad to see old Fred when he showed up, because your case would fill with nickels and dimes and quarters. Sometimes a joint or two, a religious pamphlet, you know. You never could tell what you would get in your guitar case when you're down on the street like that. But old Fred was good for a crowd every time he showed up. I drifted on back down south after I played that year with the dancing man, old Cracker Jack Kelly. Never did see him again. But I came back up here along about the year of 1985, 86, something like that. Moved out to near Mount Rainier. I bought a couple pieces of property, and I needed the help from a banker, you know, to get the job done. So I stopped into the Key Bank in Eatonville, Washington. And they sent me back to the corner to talk to a tall, blue-eyed, blonde woman. I thought she was really nice to me, really sweet. You know, I wasn't used to that from bankers, but this one was really nice. She had bright blue eyes, and there was something kind of familiar about them, but I really couldn't tell what it was. So, after the deal was done, I decided I would thank her by asking her out. Least I could do. And to my amazement, she said, okay. So we went out that night. The first time I dated Jackie in that town, the police pulled us over. They thought she was a hostage. But after we'd been going together for about a year or so, I popped the question. I said, Jackie, would you marry me? And to my amazement, she said, okay. After we had been married for a couple of months, I was sitting out in the living room, and I played this song that I had written back in 1973 or 74. about the dancing man on the streets of Seattle, old Cracker Jack. Well, Jackie got kind of a funny look on her face. I'm kind of used to that, actually. I am used to people getting sort of a strange look on their face when I sing songs to them. But she got up and went back in the bedroom. She came out of the bedroom with a shoebox. She opened up the shoebox and it was filled with photographs. And there on the top of the stack of photographs was a picture of him. Jack Kelly, Cracker Jack, the dancing man from the streets of Seattle. I think he had been the king of the Mardi Gras along about 1980 something or another, just before he died. And she looked at me and she said, "John, that was my dad." Don't we all travel in the same circles? Huh? I used to see him down at the marketplace. He would nod and wink and grin. He always dressed in the best of taste, and I knew I'd found a friend. Going all up and down Pike Street, they called him Cracker Jack. Quite well known for his dancing feet, Jack Kelly, the dancing man. Oh, and Mr. Jack Kelly was a dancing man. Came to hear the playing of the band. Dance, Jack, dance, the children would sing. Look at Jack Kelly just a-doing the fling, doing his thing. Summer nights down by the square, when the music was right, old Jack would be there to ride that train, sing his stockade blues in his snap brim hat and his soft shine shoes. And a glow would start to light his face, and everybody in the whole damn place would stand and whistle, clap their hands when Mr. Jack Kelly began to dance. Jack Kelly was a dancing man. Came to hear the playing of the band. Dance, Jack, dance, the children would sing. Look at Jack Kelly just doing the fling, doing his thing. Well, Jack Kelly had clear blue eyes, and when he told me once he was 65, I just had to laugh. I said, that can't be true. Jack Kelly, take a look at you. Well, he laughed right back and said, yes, it was. If I seem a little younger, it's only because I don't believe in quitting, and I ain't gonna stop climbing this mountain till I get to the top. Oh, and Mr. Jack Kelly was a dancing man. Came to hear the playing of a band. Dance, Jack, dance, the children would sing. Look at Jack Kelly just a-doing the fling, doing his thing. Come on, Jack man, let's head down to Pioneer Square, pick up a few bucks. It's a good day for dancing, man.